What's up, guys? My name is Mr. Blue, and welcome back to Minecraft and Chill episode 3, I believe. Yeah, it's gonna be that. So, thanks to my lovely friends, they gave me like the great idea of pretty much pretty much doing an overlay of my voice, and then I'll just record my voice here, like I'm doing right now, and then I'm gonna place it over some Minecraft gameplay video, where like I'm actually, playing the game, but I'll be like building building something, like having a goal in mind or doing something. That way like I can really concentrate on my topics at hand and like actually say some really good things and not just like try my best to to ramble on and keep saying like the same thing over and over, if you get what I mean. And shout out to them for like giving me an idea. Thank you guys, appreciate it. And speaking of friends, today's topic is about friendship and toxic friendships. How to maintain. Well, I guess so. I guess yeah. I guess maintain. So this idea was given to me by my good pal Casey. Shout out to him. So I think what I want to start off with is the friends that I have now. I think if it wasn't for them, I don't think I would have learned a lot. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I would have learned a lot on my own, but like each one of them is different. They're in their own way. Each one of them has their own personalities, and I think like whenever I hang out with them, like I always learn something new. I can learn from them, and I always like see that in a way. I don't think I've ever told them that. I don't think I have to. That's like just something that comes naturally with them. I think that's like the kind of base you want to go off on. Like, if you have the kind of friends that are just really like down to earth, really chill, down to earth, and always want to do stuff with you, and like you guys can never like, you guys might not agree on stuff all the time, but like I think if you guys can come in between like an understanding of one another, I think that's what really makes like friends. Oh, sorry if like I kind of mumble. I have like a piece of candy in my mouth right now. I'm also listening to music in the background while I do this because like I just don't want to sit here and like, well, I can sit here and legit talk like for hours. I can do it. It's possible. But I wanted to listen to something while I'm doing this. So, off track, back on track. But yeah, like I was saying, I think whatever I say from here on out, just know that this is my own understanding of like how friendships. Pretty much, I'm going off of the friendships I have now, and like the situations I've been placed in and all that. So, if none of this applies to you, well, I'm sorry, but like it's just I'm saying it. But if some of this stuff applies to you and you really want to take into consideration the stuff that I say, and by all means go for it. This is just for you and me. I'm just talking to you guys like how I would talk to you like face to face, like one on one. So, anyways, I think we'll get into like maintaining friendships in the first part, then we'll talk about toxic ones at the end. So, I've known my friends for like 7 years, I guess. Maybe even more. I think I've known someone even longer. Damn, 7 years? I feel like that's a little bit too much. Maybe like 6, maybe 5. Almost there though. Holy shit. Man, I love those guys. Holy shit. Anyways, I think like the best way I can say, like, if you ever like have trouble maintaining a friendship with someone, and it's like, I think if you like, I think I don't want to like go into talks right away, but like, I think friendship just comes naturally. Like, it's just a certain vibe you give off to people. Like, if you connect with someone, you don't have to connect right away, but like, if you give it time, and you really do give it time, and like, you just not push through it, but like, you just you know, just there with them, I think eventually you'll start to see like a real connection. And it's crazy because like with some of my friends, I remember like I know for some of them we clicked off right away and like it was like an instant vibe and all that. But for some of them, like I had to get like I just had to give it time, and eventually they just like became really real like good friends of mine, and they're all my best friends, you know. And I think that's like the key part you have to like take into consideration. Like if you find someone and you have like the instant connection of being best friends, like congrats, like that's crazy. But like I think true friendships really take some time to build on. You start to like learn like you start to learn about each other, you know, one on one. Like you learn their flaws, you learn okay, not flaws, but like you learn their hobbies, you learn their stuff, you know, you learn like all about their personality, and then like stuff just gets deeper and deeper. You know, you're like talking to them, and then one minute like you're just hanging out with them like late at night or something like that. I think those are like the best kind of conversations ever. Like late night talks, like you know, you have like good friends where you can just like talk about anything towards them, and like they don't they don't judge you in the way where it's like oh my god, like why would you say that, like you're stupid or something, you know. I mean, my friends do say that, but it's all love, you know. But like I think like right now it's just like you know, you can say whatever you want that's on your mind, and like some of us is gonna be like yeah, like we agree, and some of them are gonna be like nah, I don't agree with you, but like it's the kind of like connection where it's like yeah, I don't agree with you, but like I still want to hear you out, you know. I still want to talk to you, and like just because you don't agree doesn't mean we can't be friends, you know. I think that's kind of stupid. Like people have ended like friendships just because like you can't agree on something simple, or maybe it's like a really big topic and you really can't like agree on both of it. But like if it's so much that important to you that it kind of like splits up like a good friendship that you have with someone, and like you can argue with me saying that like but whatever was really important like like decision making. We also have to consider like I always take into consideration that people are always different. They never really like they do remain the same, but as time goes on, I think their ideas and the way they used to be start to change with them. They may not be like fast and instantaneously, like some people you might know, but I think it does take a while. And you really start to see a difference between them. Whether it's good or bad, it's up to you, you know. But like, yeah. Now, if you're looking for like true advice on like how to really maintain a friendship, I say you just like you really just have to be yourself. Like, what is this? 2020, the year 2020. I think by this point, like, if there's like any people who are like younger than me and all that, right now I'm 21, and like if you're way younger than me, do not worry. Okay, you have all the time to figure your stuff out. You know, you figure your shit out. You have all the time. If like for some reason a friendship doesn't work, hey, like don't worry about it too much. Like either you like fix it or you don't. You know, trust me, you got a lot ahead of you, way more. Even now, like I'm 21 and I still have a lot of things coming my way, and I have to like I have to figure this shit out. But you know, it's all good. All right. Anyways, this is what I'm speaking on, just like solely based on what I have experienced and all that. And I think like if you can just be yourself with your friends and you can just have a good time, hang out, and really just like connect. Like I think there will be moments where like sometimes you might get offended about something that someone says, and like I don't think you should just like take that as like a complete insult to you, unless they're insulting you like right into their face, which we'll get into when it's like toxic friendships and you see the difference. But like you should at least speak up. You should speak up your mind. You shouldn't. I don't think you should really be afraid to speak up your mind. I think you should be able to like say like your own opinion and all that. You know, with your friends, and then if they don't agree with you or they do agree with you, it's like up to them. But like I think as long as you like I said, like as long as you can really like stay cool with them, as long as you can be like okay, like this is how he sees it and I say it like this way. that's all good. Now let's just keep hanging out, or let's go eat or something, you know. And that's like the main point. Like at this point, like what 21 years of experience. The friends I have now, I wouldn't replace them like whatsoever for like anything. I think like I think it depends on you too yourself. Like me, I'm a really caring person, and I really do care a lot. I think I care sometimes more about. I think back then I used to care a lot more about everyone else other than myself. And then like I learned how to like take myself into consideration. Like no, like I'm like I don't want to sound cocky or anything, but like I'm the most important person to myself because it's myself. I'm who I am. You know, family and friends are my top like other priorities. So like I care them. I care about them a lot. So like you may not be a really caring person like I am, but I don't think you should feel bad for that. I think you should just like be like I don't care as much, but I still want you guys to know that like I care like somehow. You know, if you're ever worried about like them like questioning your like if you care or not. But like that's like the thing about time, you know, like as time moves on, I don't think you have to say that constantly. I think you can just know it. Like I know for a fact like my homies are ever like if I ever get jumped or anything like that, or I'm like ever having trouble, they're there for me, and I know, and I'm like vice versa, right there back for them. And like that's the kind of friendship I have right now. And it's just like it took it takes time like to develop that. Like friendships, I don't think they're instantaneously. Like the connection you can make with someone can be instantaneously, but like as time goes on, you start to really develop those kinds of like connections, and that's where like the whole maintain maintain one of those words. I think that's where it really comes into. So like let's see, your friends are important. Trust me, your friends are your second family, and they teach you like stuff that you wouldn't have learned, or like they show you like things that you never would have thought. Like they always change your perspective on things because it's like different people. Each one of them are different, and they each have their own cards on the table. And I think the way you take it is on your own. All right, so how do I end that part? Hmm. Friends you make determine who you will be as a person. Don't get me wrong. Like you can be a person who has no friends at all, but just like really consider that. Like the friends you have now might have defined you or will define you. I say you choose your friends. Choose your friends wisely. Don't like give them tests and all that. Like, all right, so like, if I jump off a cliff, are you gonna jump off a cliff? I think you should do those tests later on, But I'm trying to say is that like really take into consideration who like you really want to be friends with. 'Cause now we'll get into the topic of toxic friendships, I guess. So, toxic friendships. Mm, where would I start this? I think if it might be hard to tell sometimes. For me, I'm not sure if I ever had one. I might have. I just never realized it back then. You know, I was young and stupid, so I might have not realized it. But I think now, like now, you can see it. Well, for me, like me, I can see the signs of like a toxic one or like someone who's just a really bad person. You know, like I think if you're friends with someone and then they they don't necessarily hate you right off the bat, but like I think they start saying things like, let's see, let's take like not agreeing. Like if you both agree on something, and then like it's like, oh, okay, cool, like we both agree. But like when you disagree on something, I think if they start to really take that personally, like how could you disagree with that? Like this is what I want to do, or this is what I like. this is what happened and you should have done this or you should have done that. I think if they start to show like a way of like commandment, like they really start to like show a way of commanding, and they really want you to like to be on their side mostly mostly on their side, you know, like they want you to do what they want to do, and then I think if they like, hmm, I think if they don't take into consideration how you feel about certain stuff as well, like they just say like, oh, like okay, that's how you feel, and I don't care, you know, like this is how I feel now. You can tell like it should be obvious, like oh my god, like this guy or girl isn't really like taking into consideration of like what I feel or how I feel or like what I want to do and all that. It's just like I wouldn't say peer pressure. Well, I guess in a way like peer pressure. And it's like some of that, you know, but like to the point where it's even more like serious than that. I was gonna say something, but I totally blanked. But yeah, like I feel like that's a really good sign of like toxic friendships. And then I feel like if you can't speak out your mind, if you really can't, like, if you feel like you're with your friends and you can't really like speak out your mind against like, no, not against, but like you can't speak out your mind or you can't say how you really feel or like just be yourself around them. I think that's where you're like, I think that's when you realize that like, oh my god, like this is like I can't do anything. Like these guys, if I say something, I feel like they're gonna make fun of me and all. And I think that's when like it's crazy because like you might say like, oh well, yeah, but like you know, it's crazy because some people might not even realize that that's like what it is. Because like they feel like if they hurt, it's crazy because like it's a scary thing because like if you feel like you might lose your friends, you know, if you actually say something about it, and then it's gonna turn ugly, and it's gonna turn into a really big fight, and then like people are gonna choose sides and all that. But I think it's important to still do that anyways, because then you really start to see who's really like who really cares about you and who really doesn't, and you can just like not in a mean way. Don't get me wrong. Like this is what I am. I'm like really upfront. Like you can just like cross them out your list. Like you can just cut them out. Like these guys aren't worth my time, and like they don't want to be a part of my time. So why would I even bother? Like why hold on to that? You know? And it's like it's just crazy. That's why you always have to. I wouldn't say you have to consider like the possibilities for that too. I don't think you should like trust me on this. You'll always find better people out there. There always will be better people out there. And like if you feel like you're never gonna make any more friends like the friends you have now, if you feel like you have a toxic friendship now, and you feel like if you say something and you don't, if you say something and you're scared that like you're gonna lose all your friends, then I think that's your conclusion right there. That's when you realize that yeah, this is horrible. Like if I think this about this person, then they really are just bad for me, and like I think that's where it comes down to where like I think some people never really leave those toxic friendships because they're scared that if they do leave or they say something, they're gonna lose everyone, you know, every single like friendship they made. But I think if you do it and some people stick around, you know, those are the people that really do care about you and they just want to like they wanted to be with you from the start, you know, they wanted to be friends with you from the start, and like they didn't really care about all that other stuff. They just wanted to be friends because they liked you for who you are, you know. But yeah, it's insane. Some people really do hold on, you know, because they're scared to let go. And it's okay. I think it's okay to let go, you know. You shouldn't really be afraid to do stuff you don't want to. Like, did I say that right? Do stuff you don't want to. Yeah. I'm questioning myself. Like, what? But yeah, like, there's a lot. There's a lot you can always say, and like, there's always a lot of different things changing. People change. They really do. People do change. Like they switch up. They switch up out of nowhere, and it's like crazy. And it's like, whoa, what the hell? How would you even do that? It's like, well, it just happens. Sometimes even the friendships you have now, like if you've been friends with someone for so long and they just suddenly change for like the worst, not the good. Like just like oh my god, like this guy changed. Like I don't like the way like he or she is acting now and all that. And you're scared to let go of that. Well, I mean, if it comes down to the point, I think you should really let go if it just like starts affecting you more than it should. Friendships aren't supposed to do that. They're supposed to just keep you. I was gonna say keep you in check, but they're just supposed to keep you safe. Not safe. Well, I'm looking for the right word. Just keep you maintained. They're supposed to provide like another source of like not complete happiness, but a source of enjoyment. Like friends are supposed to be fun. You're supposed to hang out and all that. And like if you have friends that are making you worry about the stuff you do and the stuff they do and all that, then I don't think you should be with them unless like you yourself are just like that. This is why I always say it always depends on the person you are and the person who you want to be, because this always comes down to you. You pick the friends you have and you pick the friends you choose. Yeah, I know this sounds like I feel like this sounds like a lot close to like relationships, because essentially friendships and relationships are the same thing. They're like things you maintain and all that. But like if we ever talk about like relationships or ever get the topic of that, then it'll be a whole different subject. I can say a lot about that too, but try my best not to sway like too far from one to the other. But yeah, like sometimes the hardest choices requires. What did Thanos say? The strongest choices require the strongest will. The strongest sacrifice. Something about sacrifices and the strongest will. It's right. Sometimes you have to make those decisions yourself, and I think once you really make those decisions and you realize that you were better off without the person, you're kind of thankful that you kind of did it, and then you start to learn that like, oh, I can choose who I want to be with. Oh my god, see, I can choose the friends I want, the friends I don't want. And you really start to like you really start to speak your mind, like, hey, like I was gonna say, like, hey, like this is you're a cool person, like let's hang out more, let's be friends. I like the energy you got, or you can say like I don't like the energy you got. I don't like I don't hate you necessarily. I just don't like what you bring to my table. The cards you bring to my table. Bam, there you go. And then it's just that, man. That's just life. Just go through it one by one and all that. Okay. I think I had enough to say about those two. If you still have any more questions and you still have concerns, or you actually like need some advice and just need someone to help you, like don't be afraid. Like I don't bite. All right. I'm a really chill person. I'm always talking about stuff like this with my friends too. So like I always have different ideas. Like I like I know for a fact my friends, like I know when I talk to them, like they always like we always go back and forth. We're always like talking like about our own ideas, and like sometimes I don't agree with them and they don't agree with me, but like we always come to the agreement like, yeah, that's crazy. I think what we always say at the end is like, yeah, that's fucking crazy. And it is, it's just fucking crazy. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Uh I think I'll do these episodes from time to time when I start to get more topics. I don't know. I don't think I'll have like I'll at least try to post like a kind of schedule for this, because I still have a lot of games to play, and like my games are all over the place right now. So I appreciate it, guys. This is episode 3, Minecraft and Chill. I believe. Yeah, I think so. And I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, just comment down. Um, that's it. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll catch you guys later.
here.